Hello, y'all. I am Diana Brienne, and I'm going to give a few minutes to see if anyone comes on. And it is, I think, Tuesday night, about 10 o'clock. And I've kind of decided to make 10 o'clock, if I'm going to come on, my time. And here lately, I had been going on around 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I decided to start coming on twice a day. Welcome, welcome, Marianne. I'm doing great. A little tired tonight, but I'm doing great. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? JB, I don't know if you're still here. Vern, Lulu, thank you, thank you. If you comment, I'll know you're here. If you don't comment, I don't know you're here. So I'm going to share this out, and then hopefully it'll give everyone a few moments to jump on. And I put the stream in there, so if anyone wants to come up and shout out their channel or talk about their day or, just introduce themselves, I would love that. I would love that. And welcome, Noni May. Hey, are you coming up with me, Noni May, tonight? I hope you do. I put the link up there. Ethical Bro Live. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Chill with Doreen and Schultz. US Never Them. You're welcome to come up. Hello, hello. All of you are welcome to come up. Let me share this out. And would you please share this out if you will? I truly, truly would appreciate it. Sharing out is just kind of common courtesy that we all do for each other. And when we share out, it just enables your friends to have the opportunity to come on too. Okay, so all you do is click the share button, and then you just put live stream, and that's it. Let me just mute that. Okay, this will just take me a moment. And I would love for you to put in the chat box how you're doing today. And if you'd like to come up and shout out your channel, talk about your day, whatever, introduce yourself. Let's see, live stream is now. How about that? Does that sound good? Live stream is now. Okay, that's number one. I have 3 places I put it. Okay, that's one. Naz and Rick, welcome, welcome. Great to see you here. You have great lives. I love your lives. Not there yet. Welcome, welcome. Let me put it over here on my Facebook personal page. And then I have a public page, which has about 11, 12,000, or did, until that Facebook changed the rules. Live stream now from Grandma's. Jump on. Click link. You have to tell people that they've got to click the link, because if you don't tell them, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people are not savvy to live streaming. Okay, and one more here. Live stream. I'll just put live stream. That's my public page. And my public page is called Diana Brienne Diana Brienne Fairchild's Everyday Wisdom. And we have Nicole Dacoul here. Thank you, Nicole, for coming. Thank you. And Linda Barker, welcome, welcome. Wow, thank you. Let me tell you the downside about doing live streams. Number one, you never know what you're going to say or talk about. Number one, two, you never know who and what other people are going to say. Number 3, you don't know if anybody's going to show up. And you can be here talking to yourself. And I've done that. Actually, I've never had it where no one showed up. I've had it where people showed up, but they didn't comment in the chat and no one came up. And so you're just kind of figuring out what you're going to talk about. So tonight, I'm the chicken, what did I call myself? Grandma's chicken channel, chicken dinner channel, because I'm kind of a little bit of everything. I shout out channels. I talk about, the day, if you'd like to come up here and talk about your day and what kind of day you've had. Sometimes I come on here and talk wisdom. Other times, if I have a lot of people come up, I'll have 6 or 7 people up here at one time talking. Sometimes I have nobody but me just kind of rambling on. And so you're very, very welcome. I'm going to put it in again in case someone has missed it. And just to let you know, I cannot see anything in the chat when I don't have my glasses on, but I take the glasses off because of the glare. And someone told me that my glasses glared, and so I take them off. And then I go back and I look at the chat. So if I miss you, just put a second comment in so I know you're here, and so that I know what you asked or stated. So here I am, 10 o'clock at night. And usually, see, I come out here. This is my usual place that I come out on Grandma's porch. And I make my phone calls, or I just sit and relax. I just sit and relax out here. And I thought, what better time to do a live stream, even though I'm tired, even though it's at the end of my day, just kind of wind down. We're kind of winding down here, not winding up. At least I'm not. So hopefully, somebody would like to come up with me and shout out their channel. Sometimes just people just want to look at your beautiful face. Oh, you're so sweet, Noni. I want to say that Noni May's channel, I don't have any, Noni May, I don't know if you're a mod in here. Yeah, you are a mod. Can you drop people's links, Noni, if you will, and drop your own link? And then I think Gina might be here. I'm not sure. Noni May's channel is like my channel. It's a grandma channel. We talk about fried chicken. We talk a little bit about everything. But Noni, you're going to love Noni. And she's a piece of work like I am. And one night she got all of Brenda Land's trolls. Brenda Land got like 70 trolls on her live stream in one night. And so Noni May welcomed them over to her channel. So on the way over to Noni's, they stopped by my channel and made a bunch of comments. And then they went over to Noni's, and she handled them so well. We were laughing so hard at Noni May's channel. So you might want to go over there. I think you do. You gotta connect with Noni May's way. And we have Lorez TV. We have William Vass. We have Naz and Rick. We have Fordman, aka Kenneth Oakes. Linda Barker, Nicole DeCool, Chill with Doreen. And I'm going down here. We have Rodrigo Prod. Welcome, welcome. We have William Vass Gaming. Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, William. A little tired tonight because I ran in the heat, my 5 miles today in 100-degree heat. We have Juliet the Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu. I always say, I have to be careful how I say that. Shih Tzu. Woof woof. Your loyal dog is here. Woof woof. I love it. And you know what, Juliet? I think I want to get a Shih Tzu. I'm ready for a little doggy that will love me. And you know what? I want to know more about the Shih Tzus because I think I want one. Okay. And J.E. Store, Juliet. Well, I just said Juliet. Rattletrap Fishing. Welcome, welcome. Bella's Plantis, Kelly, Christina. Anyone, whether you speak English or not, you don't have to speak English to come up here. I had a couple people today say to me, Wengwin Tempos TV, welcome. I had a couple of people say, well, I don't speak English or I don't speak English well. And I said, you know what? My channel's for everybody. I'm all inclusive. And so if you would like to come up here and you don't speak English or you speak broken English, you are very welcome to come up for a couple minutes and shout out your channel. Okay, I'm very warm. Everyone in my channel is very warm. And if they're not, they're booted off. I boot people off. If they're not warm, they're booted off. Okay, so you're very, very welcome to come up. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you. Winox BC. Hello, host from Philippines. Thumb up. Like I said, everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome to come up and shout out their channel. And whether it's for a minute or longer, sometimes, the only time I don't like someone to come up is if they've been drinking, because then, sometimes they become unpredictable, and I've had that. And so I don't like if people have been drinking, but, I've had people smoke up here. just about everything. So, how has your day been, everybody? How has your day been? My day has been good. My day has been good. I'm going to tell you about my day. Well, first of all, I kind of want to talk about everyday life. How we live our everyday life is where our happiness lives. You know, people think that their happiness lives in that once a year opportunity to go on vacation. And although a vacation may be nice, I have to tell you that your happiness is in your everyday life, and that's in your daily routines. And so it is so important to love what you do. And I do. I do. If you ask me, do you love what you do every day? And I have to tell you honestly, I love what I do every day. Minus. I went back to college last year and at 62, and I'm now 63 years old. And I have to tell you that when I went back to college, I never expected it to be so hard. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm on the dean's list every time. Okay, so I make top grades. I'm probably one of the top students because I appreciate going to school at 63 more so than I did at 23. But I have to tell you, it's hard. So I don't always enjoy getting up to the mountain of schoolwork that I have, and it starts back up in August. I just finished my summer semester. I made top grades, did fantastic, but it takes so much work, and I'm taking very heavy courses. So I don't always like that, but outside of that, I love going to college. I feel it's an honor for me to go to college. It's a blessing for me to go to college, especially at my age. And I love, I get up in the morning. I'm very exact. I sleep an extra hour because I believe in sleep and rest. And what I do is I lay in bed and for about an hour with my cup of coffee. And that's when my spiritual insights come. I don't let anybody disturb me during that time. That's my spirit time. That's my wisdom time. That's where you get all the 5-minute videos. All those 5-minute videos come from that morning time. I wake up with those and then I write them down and then I come out and I make my videos. So I come out and I usually, after I've had my spirit time, brush my teeth. I go through 15 minutes of brushing my teeth because I do rinses. I do coconut rinses, coconut oil rinses. I do wheatgrass rinses. I do salt rinses. I do the hydrogen peroxide stuff to keep my teeth white. And then I do my rotary brush and my flosser and all this. I go through this huge routine in the morning just to get ready with my teeth. I want those pearly white teeth. And so, welcome, David. ETI, David. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Chill with Doreen. Chill with Doreen. Bella's Plantis. Kelly, Nicole. Nicole says, my day has been good also. God is good all the time. You are so right, Nicole. You are so right. Thank you for that statement. God is good all the time. It's that people hear that's not good all the time, but that's a whole nother story. Um, so yeah, I get up, I do my teeth stuff, and then I come out, and if my son's not using the kitchen computer, because I have my office, I have several computers. This is grandma's Porch computer. So if I'm not using my computers, I well, if he's not using his computer, I use his computer in the kitchen. That's the one I do my daytime lives on if I come on live during the day. And I check my YouTube, I check my Facebook, I check my emails, I message people. And then I put my running shoes on. And then I go out in the heat and I do my 5-mile run every day, winter, summer, spring, fall. At 63 years old. And I'm out there. I'm out there every single day. I'm known here in this area as the lady who runs. And when I die, I think they'll put a picture in the paper and say, the lady who runs has died. Hopefully at 120 and 120 years old. And so I do that. I come home And then I start dinner early, so I have it on back of the stove. So when my husband and kids, I have 3 young adult kids, come home, we sit down at dinner in the evening. But in between, I go to the gym for about 3 hours and I do my workout. Then I have my videos. I make my 5-minute videos, which take time. They actually take quite a bit of time to do. And so that's kind of my day. Then, evening comes, family time, all of that. Bubble bath time, which I already took. And then I come out here and sit on grandma's porch and wind down. And that's what I'm doing, winding down. And so, Kata, I don't have my glasses. Katachuga vlogs, welcome, welcome. Bellas and David, and who would like to come up? Who's brave enough to come up tonight and sit with me? Come sit on Grandma's porch for a few minutes, okay? Come sit on Grandma's porch. I'd love for you to come up on Grandma's porch. Okay, you're very, very welcome. Even if it's for 1 minute, just come on up, say your name and say what your channel is about, and introduce yourself. There's something magical about when you come on the camera. People actually get to see you. They get to know you more than as an icon or what you put in the little box. They get to really see who you are. And it's amazing because you really get to know people when you do lives. Like I know Noni May. I feel like I've known Noni May forever. And we've never actually met in person. But I feel like I know her because, well, she comes on here. She's doing her lives. I'm doing my lives. I think she's been on a live with me together, one of my lives. Right, Noni? I think you have. And so, yeah, you just come up and be silly, My wisdom videos are straightforward. They're topic oriented. But when I come up here, sometimes I'm silly, Part of wisdom is knowing how to laugh and how to have a good sense of humor in the right situations and how to be relaxed. I'm not always sitting there. Let me see who that is. Let me get my glasses so I can introduce. Okay. This is Fordman. Fordman's going to come up and introduce his channel again for 1 minute. Okay. Here you come, Fordman.
Hey,
Fordman,
everyone.
hi. Hey, how you doing, Fordman, tonight?
Doing all right. About yourself?
We're doing good. What part of the country are you from? Because you sound like me.
I am from Kingsport, Tennessee.
Good, good, good. Good place to live. Good place to live. And how did you get started on YouTube?
Well, I got started on YouTube by watching other YouTubers and getting to meet new people, make new friends, and I also what got me actually started with my channel as well is since I'm going to school to be an auto mechanic.
Yes.
uh, I also know that most people when they want to learn how to do something on their vehicle or whatever, whether it's fixing lawnmowers or whatever, they always uh, they always look on YouTube on how to do things.
Yes, they do. I do.
And me and Dad actually learned how to actually put a dog pen together just by watching a video on YouTube.
Yes, you can learn a tremendous amount. So what is your channel about, Fordman?
Well, and I also do a lot of taste test reviews of different foods and drinks. And I also do trivia every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I do a panel talk afterwards, after trivia.
Okay. And Fordman, did we meet through Gina's channel?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I thought we did. Because I thought I saw you through Gina's channel and I couldn't remember. Let me say hello to a few people here. Music, welcome to you, Miss Abusa Musica. And Miss Abusa music as I call, has been with me from 5 months ago when I started my channel public, and William Vass, and it's me, Thamara. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Thamara. And our destinations is here because I like to always stay connected with everybody in the chat. Kaha Tikik Vlogs. And so, I always like one of the most important things that a host can do is to always stay in connection with those in the chat. And so I do. And so, yes, I remember you from Gina's channel, and I've been on your live stream before. Yes, now I remember. Now I'm
Yes,
putting it together.
you just haven't been up on my panel yet, but you are more than welcome to come on my panel anytime.
Thank you. Thank you for me. My channel grew so fast that it was kind of hard for me to remember where I met people, where I met everybody, because I grew over 7,500 in 5.5 months. And so that was pretty rapid. And so trying to keep up with everything, but I've got a pretty good memory, and I'm pretty well. I remember people, like I thought, I think I've met him through Gina's channel. So
Yes, and that's when we connected with each other then. I went and watched one of your videos and commented on it and connected with you then.
now, van life with Gina Payne. Anyone that doesn't have van life, um, you've got to have van life with Gina, Gina Payne. You will love her channel. You will
She
absolutely
is
love it.
awesome.
She
I,
is awesome. She makes you feel at home. You will love. I have to tell you, I have so many amazing channels. I don't think most people would come to my channel and stay there if they weren't like inspiring type people, because my channel is about inspiration and living your best life. And so it attracts a certain kind of people. So I have so many,
I'm still
Noni
listening. I'm just trying to
May,
get my charger.
that's okay. That's okay. Brenda Land, Noni May, Carolina Hillbilly 1961, William Newell, William Newell. You're gonna love him. Oh my gosh, Bob's RV Adventure. I think it is RV Bob's. What? How? For a minute, is it Bob's RV Adventure, or how do we say Bob's channel? Um,
Um,
what's the title of that?
I think now there's Bob's Adventure,
That's right. That's right. It is.
ADVANTURE.
Yep, great channel. And then there's meant to be RVing. There's so many.
Yes.
I hope they come on here and I'll shout them out, because if they come on, I will shout them out. Brenda Land, hey Brenda, come on out. Come on out and shout. I didn't even know you were here, Brenda, and I was just talking about you. Jimbo, welcome, welcome. J.E. Store, welcome, welcome. Renee Unrated, welcome, welcome. I'm going to drop the link again. Brenda, come on up. I know Brenda just got off of her live, and I'm going to tell you about Brenda's lives. Brenda has got to show me how she does it, because I can't talk that fast. She gets on there and she shouts people's channels out, and I can't do it. Hinvo, welcome to you. Welcome up here. Please, anyone that's in the chat that has not commented, please comment so that I know you're here. Because I know when I get off of here, it'll say like, the other night, I said like 200 and some that were here, but probably 10 people were actually commenting. So I had no idea who the 200 friends who were here watching. So I would love to know if, someone would like, come up or, comment. I hope help some by dropping links. This grandson of mine needs to get in bed. I'm going to have to take care. You know what, Noni May? Brenda's here. So Brenda's come to my rescue. And I thank you. I am in my PJ. Okay, Brenda, but you can come up. I'm in my kind of messy wear. And Thank you, Chill with Doreen and Scolts. Thank you. You're welcome to come up, Chill with Doreen and Scolts, if you would like me shout out your channel. Noni May, thank you so much. And make sure, everyone, you go to Noni May's channel and connect. You're going to love her. She's grandma. She's grandma, and she comes up there and she will make you laugh. She will make you smile. She shares the hard times. You cry with her, you laugh with her, you do all that. Okay. And so make sure you do that. And yeah, yeah. So, how long have you had your channel, Fordman?
I actually, I had actually created the account. It says on my YouTube, like, I think, back in 2013. I'm not sure. I'd have to exactly. But I didn't really actually, when I first started, I didn't really. I've only been like really putting out some content. Oh, I don't mean to be hiding my face. I'm sorry. um, I only really put out some content the last couple of months.
Yes. Once you start putting out the content is when you start to build your channel. And people ask me how my channel builds so fast. I've done a variety of things, but I have to say that I tag my videos, and people, once they come, it's a certain audience. Not everybody would want my channel. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm somebody's glass of champagne.
Actually, it says I joined August 4th, 2016.
Yes, yes.
That's when I joined. Yeah.
Well,
So
now I've been public 5.5, 6 months, and but and it took me a little while to figure it out. And so,
it,
but I've had a channel maybe 11 years because I put the channel up only for my family and friends so they could access my wisdom videos. So I would make 1 minute wisdom videos every day, not tagged, not public, nothing.
Mhm.
And so along the way, a few people came on and friended me for some crazy reason. I don't know why, because at that time I wasn't public. But here comes Renee. We're going to add Renee to the mix.
I
Hi.
didn't know if you know it.
Hey, Renee, welcome to you. Hey, James Cantonese,
I
Tamara.
appreciate your channel. I just had a lady on YouTube like bash me and put lies on me because I'm disabled and mental illness. And I was like, I got so worked up. I'm like, your wisdom helped me because I just told her right off. I said, you don't do that to somebody with illness. How would you like to have mental illness?
Right. Well, everyone has an opportunity on my channel to come up and shout out their channel, tell what their channel is about for a moment. And I really, really give everybody that opportunity. Like I said, I'm an all inclusive channel. I talk, on my uh, Paul Blind Soup for the Soul. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Linda Barker, James Cantonese, Hinvo. Thank you. And thank you, everyone else in the stream, and Chill with Doreen and Scolts. Thank you. Renee, the thing is I think that there are bullies out there, and they're in person life, and they're in the virtual life, and fortunately, they don't know what to do with my channel because I invite them up, and so they leave. But there's going to be bullies no matter what. And I did a video yesterday called, or today actually, and it's called "How to Handle an Insult." And so if you go to my channel, you'll see it. And, an insult only reflects the person who insulted. But when it does reflect you is in how you handle it. And so you have to just let it go, because you know what? You'll never see them again. So tell us quickly what your channel is about. And I'd like to know what your channel is about.
It's about mainly everything. I do crafts, blogs, reviews, and I talk about things that I feel like that the world needs to know.
Okay. And do you do live videos?
I'm gonna start doing them.
Okay. Well, let me know when you're going to do one. And I thank you for coming up. And I'm going to bring someone else up in a moment. And Ford, I'm going to bring someone else up. Renee, thank you very, very much. And everyone, if you'd like to go to Renee's channel, what is the name of your channel, Renee?
Renee Unrated.
Renee, oh, okay, Renee Unrated. Okay, thank you, Renee. Thank you. Much love to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
And Fordman, would you tell them what exactly your channel name is before I bring somebody else up?
My channel name is Fordman, aka Kenneth Oaks.
Okay, and what time of the day or week do you do your live streams?
I do live stream at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday nights with trivia, and then I do a panel talk afterwards. And sometimes it may run till way up in the morning.
Well, thank you. And so
I also do panel talk on Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so it's Fordman, aka Kenneth Oaks.
Yes, Fordman is my YouTube channel name, and my real name is actually Kenneth Oaks.
So what is the channel name? Is it Fordman, aka Kenneth Oaks?
It's Fordman, aka Kenneth Oaks, yes.
Right. Thank you so much for coming up. Thank you. You're wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me on your panel.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
And who is next? Who is next? Fordman was brave. Renee was brave to come up. Who's going to be brave? I hope Brenda comes up in her pajamas because I go on. Brenda, you've seen me in my pajamas. I go, oh my gosh, camera ready, not camera ready. Let me tell you, I did a video and I haven't put it out yet. Well, let me say, who did I meet? Familia Luquez. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hinvo, I don't, okay, I'm not sure what that is, but somebody might be able to interpret it, and it sounds great. Hydrate, looks like hydrate. Maybe cool water hydrate. Probably about water, I think. Camera ready is when you're prepared to come on camera. But you know what? If you go to a lot of my videos, I'm not camera ready, but I go up anyhow because I have a message I want to get out. And so sometimes I'll have a glob, of cold cream on, and I forgot to take it off, and I still come on. You don't always, Renee, you are so welcome. Renee Unrated. Renee Unrated. Rolled and Vlog. Welcome. You don't have to be perfect. Okay. You don't have to be perfect. Sometimes I'm camera ready and sometimes I'm not. And I can tell you, I come on all which ways. I don't worry about it. And usually my 5-minute videos, sometimes I'm just not camera ready, but the message is ready. And if I don't get on behind the camera and do it, I'll lose the message. So I come on anyhow. And, sometimes, I have to tell you this. If you go to some of my videos, I'm so embarrassed. Okay. My husband, we have one of those push-in garbage cans in the kitchen, that kind of slide in, slide out. And whenever my husband wants my son to take the garbage out, he pulls it out and leaves it open. You know what I'm saying? Like with the garbage can full, for my son to know it's time to take the garbage out. So I forget to check it. So I come in and I do a long-winded 5 or 10-minute video. It turned out excellent. I go to edit it, and there, what do you see? The garbage can open. Okay. But you know what? I put it up anyhow. I've been putting my videos up anyhow. I don't worry about it. One day I came on, I had a big glob of mascara under my eye. And you know what? Put it up anyhow. Another time, I did a whole video called I Lost My Eyebrows. Well, I didn't really lose my eyebrows, but when you get past 60, sometimes your eyebrows get a little thinner and you pencil them in, which I do. And let me tell you what happened. One day, my eyebrow was crooked, totally crooked. For some reason, I don't know if I smudged the stuff or what happened, but I did 5 videos in a row without checking the videos. I went to load them up. All 5 of them had the crooked eyebrow, but I put them up anyhow. So Brenda should not feel bad about being in her pajamas, okay? Just to let you know. Cold cream, if you have cold cream on, you can come up. Okay. So yeah, you just gotta be relaxed. You really do. And I think our daily routines, the reason I shared my routines with you is because it's so important to love what you do every day. Whatever it is, your first cup of coffee, brushing your teeth. Love what you do because that's where your life is lived. Your life is lived like that. I savor every moment of my life. And I'm 63 and I hope to live to at least 103, but I take nothing for granted. And, I just embrace my life and I live my life and I love my life and I enjoy my life and I believe in being happy. Thank you. US Never Them, come on up. Come on up with me. Brave it. Come on up with me, okay? Come on up and say hi. Um, Yeah. So, you gotta brave it sometimes in life. We're all very self-conscious. I come on here and, you know, I'm just like you. I have my family in the background. I'm on grandma's porch out here because I have my whole family in the house and they look out the window at me and make funny faces and all kinds of stuff. Nicole says, nobody's perfect, but God can make your life more than perfect beyond imperfection because there is contentment in life if you, God with you, and that's how you make life perfect. Absolutely. I'm a spiritual person and my connection to God is very important. And I don't impose my beliefs on anybody, but I live my beliefs. I really, really do. And James Catney says, hi, Fordman. And Fordman says, thanks for allowing me to come up on panel. Fordman, thank you so much. You have such a bright personality and such a nice personality, and you're a very warm person. And I haven't been up on your panel. Fearless Meadows, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. And you're very welcome to come up and shout out your channel if you would like. Fordman, you're just a warm person, and that is a wonderful thing about you. And on your lives, you're very, very warm. So I hope people come to your channel. So love your routines, love your life because this is your life. This is your life. I don't want to be anybody else. I just want to be the best me I know how to be. And, be the best you know how to be. God made us who we are, exactly how we are, our personalities and the situations we were born into, everything. And embrace your story, embrace your personality, embrace everything about you. Embrace it because you're beautiful and you're wonderful and you're amazing. And don't wait till you're on your deathbed to say, oh my gosh, I'm really amazing. After all, I am amazing. I love myself and it's not being boastful. I just I like my own company. Thank you, friend Diana. Keep on inspiring. Bye bye, watching from the Philippines. Thamara Azuki, thank you, thank you. You're welcome to come up before you go to shout out if you would like. You're very welcome. Thank you, Thamara. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Rold says, yes, ma'am, nobody's perfect, watching from the Philippines. That's right, nobody's perfect. But we're perfect being imperfect. I'm very imperfect. And I've been married about 30 years. And my husband can tell you I'm a piece of work to be married to. But he loves me. He loves me. I don't have to be perfect. And I don't want to be perfect. I like being me. I really, really do. And so just be comfortable with yourself, be comfortable with who you are. That's the most important thing. Do things that you like to do. Quit doing everything that you hate to do and start doing more of what you love. It's me, Irene. Welcome, welcome. It's me, Irene. Anybody can come up and shout out their channel for a moment if you would like to come up. I would love to have any of you here. Just I keep dropping the link and nobody jumps back on. But if you want me to drop the link, I will. Okay, I'll drop the link so that you can come on. And people who are coming in from Facebook, you can come on here. All you have to do is if I put the link in there, you can click on that link and you can come up or I can message you. So I have a lot of people over on Facebook. On my public channel, public page, I have I had 12,000. It's a long story. When Facebook changed their rules, it dropped to 11. And so 11,000, and that's called Diana Brienne Fairchild's Everyday Words of Wisdom. But then I have my personal page, which is usually on and off maxed out at 5,000, which is usually the limit that they give us. I don't know why they made it 5,000, but they did. And the sweet sound, welcome, welcome. And Ilesente, welcome, welcome. James Cantonese says, I am never perfect. If I was, something wrong with me then. Well, see, you're comfortable being imperfect. And so you're perfect. And yeah, and it's me, Irene says it's 10:32. Now, if you're 10:32, my computer says 10:41, so my computer might be off. I'm not sure. But be happy with your routines and do more of what you love every day and less of what you don't love. And if you have a job that you hate, maybe you need to look for another one or find a way to love it. Okay? Find a way to love it. And Paul's Blind Soup says, bye, Foreman. And James Cattany says, LOL. And, but, you know, I've had jobs that I've absolutely loved. I've had some incredible jobs in my life. And then I had a few jobs that I didn't like. And I didn't last very long on them because I didn't like them. Because to succeed at something, you have to love it to really, truly succeed. And so I always find a way to love what it is that I'm doing. Fearless Meadows says, I was wondering why I lost Facebook fans. I did not know there was a cap. You know, Fearless, let me tell you, if you is it a public page or a private page? My private page is maxed, but my what they call fan page, which I don't call anybody fans, I call them friends. You know, I don't like the name subscriber because you're not a subscriber, you're a friend. I'm a friend. I'm not a subscriber. You know, that's impersonal. And thank you, world. Thank you so much. And Vex Magic, welcome, welcome. And so the thing is with Facebook, what they did is they changed it about 2 years ago where I had all these 12,000 people. I had great dialogue going back and forth on my public page. Suddenly, I didn't see anybody, or I saw a few people. And I thought, what happened? They changed it so that not everybody sees your postings. And unless they click follow first, they will never see you again once they've liked your public page. Never see you again unless they come to your page. And so all those 12,000 people that were on friends that were on my page didn't see my posts anymore. And most people didn't know that they had to go to the page itself to see it unless they click follow first. So it was very, very disappointing, very disappointing. And so it kind of really bothered me. And so because it bothered me, I just decided to come over to YouTube. And so that was kind of, you know, well, friends of mine told me that I needed to come over to YouTube. And so I did. Cooking Green Bastard Style. Hello and welcome. And I am doing really, really good. I'm just tired tonight. But you know what? 10 p.m. works for me. It works for me to wind down. So I think maybe I'll call it my winding down time on Grandma's porch because, you know, I get up early and I do my run and I do this tremendous amount of exercise and schoolwork and all this other stuff. So by 10 o'clock at night, you know, after my bubble bath, I mean, I'm tired. I'm tired, but I like coming on. I like connecting. I like connecting in real time. I love my videos. I love doing 5-minute videos. I mean, that's where it's happening. But I also like to come on and connect with you all. And, if I do the 5-minute videos, you all get the wisdom, but we don't get the interaction. And I like the interaction. Okay. And sometimes we get a troll. Oh, yeah. Sometimes we get a troll on here. And I've been saying, troll, come on up and you can, we'll talk and then I'll sing you a lullaby. So I sing my trolls a lullaby at night, like lullaby and good night, my sweet little troll. So my trolls like my lullaby. So they come from a lullaby. And so, yeah. But I had a few notes here I wanted to share with y'all. And well, that's okay. That's okay, cooking. That's all right. Just passing by to say howdy and bid you a good evening. Just getting ready to make some. So what are you going to make for dinner tonight? When you say cooking green, you know what I think cooking green? I think collard greens because I grew up on collard greens. I love, love, love collard greens, fried green tomatoes. Fried green tomatoes. Hey, welcome, Jazz. Welcome, Jazz Glance. Fearless Meadows. Thank you. And Ask A. Hello, hello. I love fried green tomato sandwiches, and I'm always frying up fried green tomatoes from a garden. I have a garden, and I love fried green tomatoes, and I love fried pickles dipped in ranch dressing. Just so good, so good, so good. So, yeah, yeah. So I think having routines that we love is so very, very important. I wanted to talk to you. What direction is your life going in? And we're not talking about your overall life. Okay. We're talking about each segment, each part of your life. Is it going in a right direction or a wrong direction? So let's break it down. Health and fitness. Is that going in a right direction or a wrong direction? Or you just kind of stuck? Now, remember, sometimes when we're stagnant, we don't usually go forward. We end up going backwards or in a wrong direction. So financially, right direction, wrong direction. Let's see, your relationships. Think about your important relationships. Right direction or wrong direction. We can always turn our directions around. We don't have to go in a direction. We don't have to go in a wrong direction just because we're headed that way. We can turn it around and go in the right direction. And so I look at every area of my life. I break it down. I just don't say, oh, yeah, I'm going in the right direction. Yeah, okay, but what's the right direction? So I break down each area of my life and I say, how can I do better? What can I do next? How can I make my life even better? I'm 63. Okay, I'm not 23. And so it's important for me to take care of my body. It's important for me to take care of me. And so I do. I take care of me. And so every day I focus on what can I do to keep my body healthy so that I can be around for my young adult kids, to be their mom, to be their guiding force, to be their parent, and to go have fun with them and be them there when they need me, and for my husband, so he doesn't run off and marry another woman once I go. We don't want my husband marrying another woman, do we? I've been married to him for too long. I told him, I said, I've ruined you for any other woman. I've trained you and I've ruined you at the same time. So I said, no. I said, you're not going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think he could replace me. I really don't. I don't think he could. He might try, but I don't think he could. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, yeah. So I'm thinking I'd like to come on here most nights, not maybe every night, but most nights at 10 o'clock. And whether one person shows up or nobody shows up or 100 people show up or whatever, it doesn't matter. I love connecting. And I love when people come up on panel with me. And like I said, I'm going to put the link out again. The only thing is no one can be drinking if they come up, please. Because I've had people come up drunk before. And I had to get, tell them, okay, thank you, you know. But anyone who would like to shout out their channel, a candid heart, welcome, welcome, welcome to you. Welcome. Paul's Blind says, I cook the same thing. I'm looking from scratch. Shrimp Alfredo. Oh my gosh. That sounds so good. Oh my gosh. I'm vegan vegetarian. Sometimes I cheat a little and have eggs or something, cheese. But when I go out to a restaurant or I go to someone's home, I have to tell you the truth. I eat whatever they serve. Okay, so if Paul made shrimp fettuccine Alfredo, I'm going to eat it. Okay. I'm going to eat that shrimp fettuccine Alfredo. And he better make a lot of it if I come to his house, because I'm going to eat a lot. I love to cook. And I grew up with Southern cooking. And if you know anything about Southern cooking, it's not healthy, but it's delicious. And because I'm very health conscious, I make two kinds of food: Southern cooking and healthy cooking. Okay. And I try to stay away from my Southern cooking because it's so good, but it's not healthy for me. And, I grew up, we always had dessert at the table. And we were a poor family, but we always had dessert. We always had salad. We always had a dessert. And it was always cake. We always had cake on back of the stove. My mama always made a cake, a box cake, but we always had a cake. And grandma's, oh my gosh, we went to grandma's on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And we sat on her front porch, and then we went into the kitchen. In the winter, we'd be in the kitchen all the time because she had a coal stove in the kitchen, and a little house set by the railroad tracks. She had well water, no hot water, just well water. And she had an outhouse. Yep, grew up with an outhouse. I don't know how many of you remember an outhouse, but grandma had an outhouse. And so whenever we got a little bit bored, listening to the adult conversation as we're growing up, we'd go out to the outhouse, and we'd always have to be careful not to slip on the ice going to the outhouse. And then whoever smoked cigarettes, because you couldn't smoke cigarettes in front of grandma or in grandma's house. And so people would sneak out to the outhouse. Well, I had an aunt who smoked very heavy. So she's always going out to the outhouse to smoke. And then she'd come back in. So if you went into the outhouse after she had been there, oh my gosh, it just was so heavy in smoke. Funny what you remember. Funny what you remember. But grandma, we always had food. We were very food oriented, very, very food oriented. We always had food on the table, and whoever came to our house had to eat. They had to eat. It was very simple food: fried chicken, little chili, cake, pickles, sandwiches, whatever, but you had to eat before you left. That grandma said. So, yeah. But grandma she was so warm, and she was so smart. Mac is here. Welcome, Mac. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Renee. Yeah, Chantel. Well, oh, Sherry. I don't have my glasses. Sherry or Chanel. I will have to put my glasses back on in a moment. See, the only thing, the biggest difference between being 20 and 63, when you get to about 40. Now, I never had to wear reading glasses until I was in my 50s, but I do have to wear reading glasses. Now, I have 20/25 vision, which is excellent, and I can still read, but I have to squint. So I just wear glasses when I read, especially because I go to school and I study for 10 hours a day or 12 hours a day. So I have to wear glasses. And Jerry Boy, welcome. Nicole, welcome. And so that's the biggest difference that I've seen. I run, I don't feel any different than I did at 29. I don't feel any different. I really don't. My vision, yes, for reading. I have to wear glasses. trying to think. Yeah, I drink a lot of water. I put healthy stuff in my body. No hydrogenated. Try to stay away from refined sugar, although I love fudge. I love homemade fudge. And I have to be honest, I made some tonight. I did. And I don't eat sugar, but I did tonight briefly, just a little bit. But had this urge for fudge. It was cream cheese peanut butter fudge. So I made it. And it's good too. Renee thinks I should do a cooking channel. And yeah, so who likes to cook in here? Who likes to cook? When you have it, you will be ruined for life. Oh, I'm sure, Paul. Shrimp fettuccine sounds amazing. And let me go back up here. Neil Za, welcome, welcome. And we have Chanel Padich Dadula, welcome. And thank you, Nicole. You don't look 63. I thought you're only in your 40s. Thank you, but I feel in my 20s. Yep, yep. I make it on Christmas Eve. You're more than welcome to come. Thank you, Paul. You know, you'll have to do a cooking video and tell me when it's up so I can come watch it. Yeah, cooking. Yeah, I do. I mean, I can read without my glasses, but I have to squint. It doesn't make it worth it. And so I just cave in and I just wear the glasses. I don't like the glare in the live streams. That's why I take them off. And so that's why I take them on, put them on and put them off. But yeah. So, that's the only change. I think I just got better as I got older. I really do. I think in your 20s, you're finding yourself. I have to tell you, my 20s were fabulous. I was a small town Southern girl, I looked like Ellie Mae Clampett, and I moved to LA. And I have to tell you, I mean, it was something. And I had a very, very interesting, amazing, fun 20s in LA, Palm Springs, and Newport Beach. And then, you go through seasons in your life. In my 30s, I got married. And my husband and I, we moved to Europe. And we traveled all over Europe during that time. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And then in my 40s, children. Yes, when people are usually starting their families in their 20s, here, my life was kind of lived backwards in a way, and I like it. You don't have to live your life in order. And so I was raising babies and small children in my 40s and 50s. Yeah, it was wonderful. And I was, you know what? I recommend everybody not having children in their 40s. Because you're much, I think in my 20s, oh my gosh, I don't think I was not ready in my 20s, but I was ready in my 40s. I was so happy to be a parent. I loved and embraced my journey of motherhood. I savored every single moment of it. I have no regrets. I loved every moment of it. I spent all my time with my kids and my husband. My life was really lived for my kids and my husband. That was it. And my mom, I brought my mom to live with me when she took ill. My mom was always a central part of my life. And of course, I had my grandma. And, but my life was very focused in on the people that I was closest to because I didn't have a lot of time. I had three small babies in car seats. And I had three little potty chairs lined up in my bathroom, 3 potty chairs. I can even remember the color of them. One was like blue, yellow, and orange, and then, I mean, it was wonderful. It was the time of my life being a mom, of just the time of my life. And that song the song that played in Flashdance called The Time of My Life. I've had the time of my life. Can't remember the words, but yes, I've had the time of my life. And then my 50s, I lost my mom, lost my grandma in my 30s, I think in my 30s, and lost my mama at age 50. I was 50, and it was very traumatic. I took care of her for 3 years. and excuse me, took care of my mama. And let's see. Then I had what was determined as a brain aneurysm at about 54 years old. And that was very scary. I have to tell you, it was a very scary moment at the time. I was what they called a walking brain aneurysm. I never heard that. Still to this day, I've never heard it because I was functioning and they didn't know it was a brain aneurysm until 4 months after I took sick. They diagnosed me and tried to figure out what was wrong with me, but no one took a CAT scan. And then they found out what had happened. But by then it was kind of too late to do much about it. And I was very fortunate that I lived because a lot of people who have that happen to them, most very high percentage, do not make it at all. And there I was I was in my husband had gotten transferred with his position, and I wasn't ready to move because we were remodeling our previous home. And so I stayed, and that's when it happened. And so I was getting up every day, being a mom. My kids did not know that I was sick. I was homeschooling. At one point, I put them back in school because I was so sick, public school, and I'd have to walk them to the bus stop in the dark in the morning. And I would pray all the way back home that I could make it back home. I remember I wore this big flowered muumuu dress type of nightgown so that I could walk them to the bus stop every day. And I wore that at night so that I could get up and just walk them in the morning. And I remember saying, God, please, it was not very far to the bus stop, but I would say, God, please, please just, get me back home. And if I can get back home, I'll be okay. I don't want to pass out on the ground. That was before I realized what was taking place. Then my mother came to me in a dream and she said to me, my mother had already passed. And I was laying on a gurney. They shaved half of my head and to do surgery and on a brain aneurysm. But I said, Mom, why are you upset? She said, I'm very agitated. I'm very upset because the doctors are not doing the surgery. You need the surgery now. And I said, why? She said, you have a lesion on the left side of your brain. So 3 weeks later, after that dream, I drove myself and my husband came back down for Thanksgiving weekend. I was trying to put up the Christmas tree and I got so weak, I would put one bulb up and have to sit down for 10 minutes. And then I'd get back up, put another bulb on, sit down for 10 minutes. So in the middle of the night when my husband was there with the kids, I drove to the ER, doctor number 17. And I walked in and I said, I think I'm having a stroke. And they said, why do you think that? I said, well, my mom told me that I have a lesion on the left side of the brain. They said, is your mom a doctor? I said, no, she's passed on. She's on the other side. And they said, oh, but the doctor listened to me and he put me in a CAT scan. And when I came, and the woman behind the CAT scan, I was telling her the story through the little speaker, and she kept asking me details. So when I went back to the ER, they wheeled me back and they said, man, I thought, well, okay, take the IV out now because I'm going to go home. There's probably nothing wrong with me. It's just whatever. And they said, ma'am, we're going to keep you because you have a lesion on the left side of your brain, exactly where your mother told us. And what a lesion is that I had a broken blood vessel from when I had run into a wooden hanger smack dab into my eye about 3 or 4 months prior to that. And that was how I got it. It was blunt trauma when I had run into it forcefully. And so, yeah, so that was my 50s. But then I got better. Took a year, but I got all better. And then we moved and to a house with a great big swimming pool. And that was wonderful. And I was back to running every day. And now I'm in my 60s and I'm a college student, 3 young adult kids, a husband, and just living my life, being happy, making YouTube videos. And so what's your story? What is your story? The aggravated gamer. Thank you, aggravated. That's so kind. Aggravated gamer, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for sharing me out. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. And Mex says, I keep my phone on with your live streaming, Diana. Thank you. Thank you. And Polita Guta Jose Didi says hello, hello, hello to you. And so, I talk about everything. I love life. I'm happy. I have a wonderful life. But don't think for 1 minute that I have not had my tough times, because I can tell you, and I think it was last night or the night before, I was talking about my traumatic childhood. So don't think I have not had. Somebody one day came on here and they were very mean to me. Two people in the same day. Can you believe it? I had two of these people. They said, "You are so privileged." And they were nasty, horrible. I blocked them because they were just so, so nasty to me. But what they didn't realize is I grew up poor. I grew up so poor. We were the poor people in the town of the poor people. And we used to get the box of commodities because they didn't have food stamps back in the 60s, the early 60s. And remember, I grew up in the 50s and 60s. And so I was born in the 50s and I grew up in the 60s. Captain, and my story. Well, I used to be from your world, but then I sucked through my TV set and ended up in Videoland at the Palace of Power, where I became Captain N, the Game Master. The N stands for Nintendo. Captain N. Captain N, do you remember Pac-Man? Do you remember Pac-Man? I got to tell you a little story about Pac-Man. About 10 years ago, um, my daddy, in the 1950s and 60s, we would go visit relatives. And on this winding road way out in the middle of nowhere was this place called The Jug. The Jug. It was built in 1933. And the woman who is still there to that day was like 83 years old. She still ran it. She was a little girl when it started out. And she helped her dad. And Captain, and I'm assuming you're talking about when I had the brain aneurysm. You know what? It just made me a better person. It made me enjoy life more. And I'm planning on living to 103, hopefully. Things happen. Things happen in life and you get through. Some things you can't go around. When my daughter took suddenly sick 2 years ago, she's doing great now. But when she took suddenly sick and we had to have life and death surgery, I mean, it was very moments. I mean, it was scary. And it was I did a video called Portal Vein Thrombosis. She had something in her portal vein got clogged. And it was horrible. I mean, it was a major, major life-saving surgery done at a university hospital. So I've been through it. I've been through it. And that's why I enjoy my life more than ever. I enjoy my life because I realize how precious it is. So back to the jug. So my daddy used to take me there to get me a chocolate pop. We called them pops of chocolate milk. And so when I took my kids, remember I was 5 years old, 4 years old when my daddy used to take me there. So I took my kids there when they were like 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever they were. And the lady was still there. The jug was still there. Little old place, just a little tiny shack of a place. And Pac-Man was still there. They had Pac-Man, which was just amazing. My kids played Pac-Man. So that's the only video game I've ever played was Pac-Man. I've never played a video game outside of that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Yep. So the jug, I tried to check it, but see, it's not on, like, they were not internet savvy because it was out in the middle of nowhere land. Because I grew up in small town, southern places. Yeah, I have some wonderful memories. We don't have all bad memories and we don't have all good memories. The bad memories make us stronger and the good memories give us what we want to hold on to. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. So, but I would love anybody would like to come up and just shout out your channel, providing you're not drinking. And you're in your right mind, come on up and just say howdy. And I would love that. I would love that if you'd like to do that. And someone was telling me the other night, never go on live if you've been drinking. And you know what? That was their biggest advice. Well, I don't drink, so that's not a problem. I do drink coffee. But matter of fact, let me have a swig. I need a swig. I drink coffee at night. But I drink it with a straw. Can you see my straw? Where is it? Can you see it? I don't drink coffee the real way. So I drink coffee with a straw because I like white teeth. Okay. I like to keep my teeth white. So, like I told you earlier, I go through all my routines with my teeth in the morning and at night, flossing and whitening and all that. But I drink my coffee with a straw. With a straw. hmm And I want to tell you something wonderful about my husband. He brings me, before he leaves for his office, he leaves, and it's usually he gets up early because he works out at the gym, so he leaves here about 4:30 in the morning, and I'm not up till much later. But he comes in, brings me my cup of coffee, sets it by the bed, and gives me a kiss, and then he leaves. And when he's gone on business trips, I miss him bringing that cup of coffee. Now, of course, when I'm woke up, it's cold, but I drink it anyhow. I drink that first cup of coffee is cold because my husband brought it with love. And I love, love, love the fact. And that's, the little things you do for your spouse. I want to say, do those little habits for your spouse. And that's one of his habits that he does for me. He brings me that cup of coffee and I miss it. And one time he didn't bring it to me. And I think I was mad at him. I think I was mad at him for something, when I say mad, not really mad, but, I acted mad. So he didn't bring it to me. And I called him up. I said, you didn't bring me my cup of coffee. I don't ever want to see you not bring me my cup of coffee in the morning. That's your way of showing me that you love me. And so he brings me my cup of coffee, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and puts it next to my bedside. Yep. Yep. So remember to do those little things for the people that you love. And, when your family walks in the house, get up and greet them. If you're behind that computer, and most of us are nowadays, get your butt up and go greet and give your husband or wife a kiss and say, hey, honey, it's great to see you. My husband and I have front porch time. He's not a big grandma's porch person. We have 3 porches. One over there where we grill and sit out there and barbecue. This one's grandma's porch. And then we have the front porch, which the front porch, I'm going to have to start doing some videos out there because it looks like Goldilocks and the 3 bears are coming up the driveway. It's amazing. And so he and I sit out there. We sat out there tonight. We have our evening conversation. We have our family come out. They have conversation with us. You need to sit with your spouse. People say, well, my marriage is on the rocks. When you quit investing in your marriage quits investing in you. Start reinvesting in your marriage. Start reinvesting in your kids. Call your mom and dad up. Call your mom and dad up if you have one. They're not going to be around here forever. They're not. Call your mom and dad up. Tell them you love them. Tell them you love them. I know they can be cranky. My kids tell me, Mom, you're cranky. They do. And I do get cranky. Y'all don't see that on camera, but I get cranky. I really do. I get cranky. And Newman Outdoors, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Yep, I get cranky. The best of us get cranky. And but let the people that you love know that you love them. Do those little things for them. Okay. And love yourself. I have all kinds of little odd habits besides brushing my teeth for like 15 minutes and 20 minutes in the morning. I have a pair of shoes in every single room, house slippers, because we don't wear shoes in my house. We didn't wear shoes in Grandma's house either. She had linoleum on the floor. Remember that old linoleum that you'd roll out and then it would get chipped and then they have to replace it every now and then? Well, we had linoleum and back in the 60s, and we had those tables that, remember that 1960 kind of retro tables? That's what we had. And so, yeah, but really spend time with the people you love and spend time loving yourself because, there's no one like you. You just love your little habits. So I have shoes in every room. I have a pair of house slippers in every single room because I like to put something on my feet. And so I have house slippers in every room. My husband says, you have a pair of shoes in every single room. And I do. I do. I do. I do. Yep, I do. I do. So we all have these little idiosyncrasies, but at 63, I'm old enough to have my idiosyncrasies. Okay. Sister Indy, welcome, welcome to you, welcome. And Direct, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you know what, Captain? I agree. Jillian, oh my goodness. Jillian, are you coming up? I'm going to drop the link, Jillian. Just a second. Let me drop the link. I didn't know you were there. I'm dropping the link, Jillian. You come on up with me. Come on up if you can. Jillian Coleman Wheeler just started her YouTube channel, but she has a thriving Facebook. I've been bringing all my friends over here, by the way. So I kind of brought her over here. And so she's in the beginning stages of YouTube land. But she is a counselor therapist. And matter of fact, Carolina Hillbilly 1961 has been asking about you, Jillian. He said, where's my therapist? I need a therapist. And Jillian, you will love her channel. So I suggest you go to Jillian's channel. She really, really is, it's different than mine. Mine's kind of like about different wisdom topics, but she goes much deeper. I cover the surface of each topic, but she takes a topic and she digs down deep into that topic. And I'm not a life coach. I'm just a mom. You know, people say, "Oh, you must be a therapist." I'm not nothing like that. I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I'm a college student. I'm a mom. I'm a writer. I'm a wife. I'm all kinds of stuff. I've got a whole list of stuff I am, but I'm not a therapist. I'm not a life coach. And so, now Paul says, when I lost my vision and became totally blind, I could not see the light of day. I regained only a little bit back, and I appreciate what I have. For now, I can see at least sunrises and sunsets. Paul, that is amazing. And, sometimes when you've gone through a health crisis like I did, like you have, you appreciate life. I appreciate life. When I thought I was going to die, and I really did think I was going to die, I was ready to go. I was ready to meet my maker. It really changes you. It really changes you. Okay. Captain N, you will love Jillian. You really, really will love Jillian Coleman Wheeler. You really will. And she's a friend of mine. And she's a wonderful friend of mine. She puts up with me. Okay. She puts up with all the political. I don't talk politics, by the way, on my YouTube, period. It's divisive and I don't talk, but I talk it on my personal page and she puts up with me. Okay. You need people who are going to put up with you, right? She puts up with me. And so, yeah, I think she's coming up. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. Hey, Jillian, welcome. I'm just talking left and right about you. I'm saying how you put up with me. I'm talking. I said we don't talk politics here, but I said Jillian has to put up with all my politics over there. She's such a sweetheart. She puts up with me.
I was going to say, I was just on your page. I had a Zoom call tonight with my family because my husband has a heart condition. We're being very isolated. So
Yes.
we miss our kids and grandkids so much. So once a week we have a Zoom call, and everyone who can gets on it. And so we just finished that, and then I was arguing politics on your page, and suddenly I saw your link, and I thought, I don't want to argue politics. I want to come see you.
That's right. That's right. We don't do politics over here. And what was that?
I said you look beautiful.
Oh,
I'm really glad to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm tired tonight. I'm really tired, but I'm good tired. You know, it's all good. It's not bad tired. Bad tired is like when you hated your day. Good tired is when you've had a good day, but you're exhausted, and I'm exhausted, you know. But I come on, Jillian, I'm pretty much, I was doing daytime lives, you know that. And now because I know I'm going to be starting back to school in just 2 more weeks because I went summer, but the summer classes just ended. So I'm doing as many lives as I can. And come August, I go back to school, but I'm keeping my 10 p.m. lives because even then they will work for me. So I'm not saying I'll be on here every day, but I think the majority of time I'll be on at 10 p.m. at night.
Oh, that's good. That's 9 for me. And
Yep.
so I'll be come more often. Good.
Jillian, I want you to talk about your channel. I want you to talk about what you do. I want you to talk about your experience and anything else you want to talk about while you're here, because there was somebody that mentioned that they would like to see, you know, someone like you. And I was just talking about how you're a therapist, you're a counselor, you have a life strategist. You really, really you dig deep. I don't dig deep. I'm a surface subject matter person. I do know how to dig deep, but that's not what I do on my channel. But you dig deep. And so tell my people, my friends here, my friends, my wonderful friends, tell my
I know
wonderful friends,
people.
tell my wonderful friends about who you are and what you do.
Oh, thanks. Well, first of all, I'm going to apologize to you for all the chaos around me.
It's
Um,
okay.
well, I have a story about that because um, actually I've just been kind of doing a little work with a coach that I work with sometimes about just getting clear what stories I tell from my life that will let my clients know, or even people who aren't going to be clients, but just people who want to listen to my channel. You know, I do a lot of using my life experience in talking about how all of us have similar experiences. So the thing that everybody seems to be going through a lot now is a lot of change. And in in 2017, my husband was retiring, and our kids were all gone off, and we have we have 3 children, and then my sister-in-law died, and we raised her 3 daughters, and then we've had foster children. So many years of kids, and then all the kids left, and all the animals crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and so we're free. So in 2017, our intention was to start traveling the world, to start really using our resources, you know,
Mhm.
what we had saved and the time we had, and start just really going and seeing a lot more of the world. And in January, my husband was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
What
So
year was that, Jillian? I can't remember. What year was that? Was like that was before Melissa took sick, my daughter. So that was
yes, yes,
3 years ago. 3 years ago.
it was 2017, and then in 20 um, and then at the end of that year, after he'd been through all the treatment, and let me say he's completely recovered, he had a heart attack. And then so we had stayed in Phoenix most of the year, but we still had an apartment here. So we closed up our apartment, and we were going to start traveling 2018. So 2018, in January, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I
Not
remember
a
that. I remember
not
that.
serious. I was very lucky. It was very early, but I ended up having a blood clot in my liver that is very similar to what Melissa had, only mine was medication
Yeah.
related, my
Yes.
breast cancer medicine. So that pretty much knocked out 2018. And then in 2019, well, on New Year's Eve, um, we had a terrible tragedy in our family. Our granddaughter was kidnapped and murdered. And I can't I can't even begin to tell you how that threw change into everybody. But my husband then in 2019 had 2 additional heart attacks. You know, who's to know what it may be from the radiation, from the cancer, maybe family history, stress. But what I've really had to come to terms with is how much change everybody goes through. And so now 2020, everybody's feeling good and thinking, maybe we'll travel again. And then COVID. So we finally we have an Airstream, which might as well be on the moon because it's in New Mexico. So we have been staying in Airbnbs and with our kids. And finally, I don't know about you, but frequently when I'm going through something, I just fight it. I resist and I fight tooth and nail. And nothing seems to work while I'm doing that. And then it'll dawn on me to just, like Dempsey and I were talking, we just looked at everything that was happening and we suddenly realized the universe is just telling us, stop, just stop and do what's in front of you. So we rented an apartment in Austin where we lived for many years with our kids. And we have a beautiful apartment. We're here for a year. So we're all going through different kinds of changes all the time. Some changes are very dramatic. Some changes are less dramatic. I mean, like if you have a kid who grows up and moves away from home, other people may say, oh yeah, that happens all the time. But in your life, that may be really traumatic. That may be a big deal.
That's right.
I think about you because all your kids have kind of grown up at the same time.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And my daughter moved down the street about 2 miles down there because she wanted to live on her own. And, that was quite it's like, but I still have my 2 boys at home. And so I'm mom. My life still is mom. It's never changed for me. I'm still mom every day. My kids call me constantly. They look through the window here.
That's true for me too. But our relationships change, and also, jobs changed. We I'm 73, and I notice that I have to work a lot harder to stay in good shape now. That's something I've really. I can't.
Have you found that when you were in your 20s, you could eat 2 Big Macs and not gain any weight, and now we can look at a Big Mac and gain weight?
Well, you never seem to gain weight, but the rest of us are.
It's not easy keeping. It's a lot harder now than it ever was. I do well, but boy, it takes a lot of work to keep it off.
And you and I have another thing in common. We're both plant-based eaters.
Plant-based eaters. Yep. Yeah,
but even if you're eating brilliantly well, I have to watch what I eat in volume.
Yes.
So, and I have to, if I don't walk, like, through a lot of this period, I haven't been doing as much exercise as I usually do. And I've noticed I've lost some strength. So I have to work harder to do that. So we see changes in our relationships. Sometimes friendships break up, or especially in election years.
My gosh. Oh my gosh.
I love no matter what we disagree on.
Oh, I know. We and that's we got it. Got it. We're good. You and I are good. We're good. And I think, what, actually, I think I've narrowed it in, and I've got the friends for life now. If you can get through this political stuff, you can get through anything. You really can. And I think that I have friends on there that are just so, on my pages that we're totally polar opposite, but we remain friends. And they know where I stand, I know where they stand. We argue back and forth, and but we know where we stand.
It's kind of like you said to me the other day, really up against the big things in life, it's nothing.
Yeah,
politics is important. We all have responsibility, but up against real life, it pales in comparison.
Especially like if that asteroid comes and hits us, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. And also, friendships change. Just a lot of people have lost their jobs. I mean, a lot of people are really suffering a big financial loss in this.
Devastating.
So I'm going to be addressing all those things on my channel, and I'm looking forward to building it up. I'm learning a lot from Diana, so I want to just build it up. And anyone today who'd like to come visit, it's Jillian Coleman Wheeler.
That's the name of the channel, Jillian Coleman Wheeler, right? And you also have 2 Facebook channels.
It's a mouthful like your name, but it's kind of it's a trademark. So
trademark.
Yeah. So I'd love to have anyone come and visit me, and I'm glad to follow anyone too, because I'm meeting so many cool people and just beginning to go get out there more. So now that, well, we're still living in chaos, but another week or two when the move is over, then I'm going to be really spending lots of time visiting folks on YouTube.
Now, Jillian, you do it says Captain N says, can I have a link to the channel? Captain N, it's under Jillian Coleman Wheeler. I don't have any mods here, and I don't have my YouTube up. I'm actually going through StreamYard into YouTube, and I can't drop a link through StreamYard. And so, but you can go to your YouTube, type in her name, Jillian Coleman Wheeler, and you will go right to her channel. And she has 2 Facebooks. She has you have 3 Facebooks, because you have a public page too. And that you can also
if you just go facebook.com/Jillian Coleman Wheeler, you'll get to a page that's public, and we talk about all kinds of things on there. So
see, for me, it's great having a friend like this, because if I have a problem, she knows me and she knows my history, and I just like, hey, Jillian, what do I do?
And I do the same.
Yeah, we're all there for each other as a support team.
And I love what you were saying a little while ago. I came in kind of at the end where we're talking about you and your husband, the little things you do for each other, and making the effort to stay in touch. In a long marriage, it could be easy to, well, I think a lot of people maybe invest outside the marriage, invest outside the partnership. Yep. And I love my friends, I love my kids, but my major investment is always Dempsey. And I know that that's true for you as well. Yep. So that's where, when he needs something from me, I'm there. And it's highly reciprocal. He does, I have to be honest, I have to say, he does more for me on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I've been there with him through some big things, but on a day-to-day basis, he takes care of me in a million ways, cooking, doing the dishes, just listening to me. Sometimes just listening to me when I'm having a hard time. So I think it's so important to really put in that little bit of investment and remember why you love the other person. And gratitude. I think gratitude is one of my primary suggestions for people coping through change. No matter what other kinds of crap is going on, just really stay connected to what you're grateful for. Remember to say what you're grateful for, because what you pay attention to increases. And if you have a sore knee and you spend a lot of time thinking about the sore knee, then pretty soon the sore knee is taking over your day. Yes. I'm not saying don't take good care of yourself. Do that. Love that knee and be there for it. But also remember to be grateful for all the parts of your body that work. And be grateful for what you love.
People don't think about their feet and their hands. But I take really good care of my feet. I soak them pretty much every night. And I take care of my hands and my feet, because you know what? They've carried me and worked for me my whole life. And people just take it for granted. Your feet, your hands, your body, take care of you. That's what you got to do. Well, Jillian, tell me about how you do your sessions. You do them online. With many of your clients are online, virtual, right? Virtual, through the virtual world.
Certainly in these days, yes. Yeah. So I have clients really all over the world. A lot of my clients sign up for a 3-month program, and we kind of talk about what they want to do and what they want to accomplish, and we have a little introductory talk about where we want to go, and if we feel comfortable with each other, then they may sign up for a 3-month period, and then we do a lot of sessions and a lot of email access, and also also I'll send them information that's relevant to what they're going through. But I also frequently work with people, especially more recently, just on one-time sessions where, someone can just hit me up and say, could we just maybe um, get on Facebook Messenger, or just take a few moments and text back and forth or talk on the phone for 10 minutes and see if I want to move forward with you. Or people who know me through my lives and so forth, may just ask me, where do they go to sign up for a session? And I'm going to have that link on my YouTube channel. And so then I usually meet with people on a one-time session, and I'm not charging what I usually do now, because I'm finding that a lot of people are having to really watch their pennies.
Yeah.
And also, excuse me, also, I want to be accessible to more people. So it's usually $97, and it lasts for an hour. And I'm very much, often the first time or two, people need to be listened to, and then just, maybe have a little feedback that's helpful. But mostly I try to work with my clients to see what they're looking for, what they want. Most people, if they're in pain, maybe it takes a little while to get clear what they want. Often when we're in pain about something, we kind of hide it for ourselves. We know we're upset, or we know we're mad, but we haven't delved too deeply because it's a little scary.
Yes.
And sometimes just needs some working with another person. I mean, even if you've never been to therapy, if you're lucky, you have a spouse or a sister or a parent or a friend who is a good person to just give you an ear. Someone who can sit down with you and say, can we just take an hour, and maybe I can just listen to me, and you can give me some feedback. And what you really need for that kind of a relationship, and for a therapy relationship, you don't need criticism, you don't need advice. Mostly you need someone to listen to you and truly care about you, and
Oh,
then
absolutely.
just occasionally offer ideas that can be helpful. And that's really what good therapy is. I may have more tools than your sister does or your husband does, but basically the process is, who loves you enough to listen to you? So I'm kind of a professional, love you enough to listen to you. But the
How about
truth
a
is,
professional
I
grandma?
would,
You're a
I
professional
would,
grandma.
yeah, that's a great way of putting it.
You can
I
call yourself a professional
I
grandma.
wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be good at my job. I don't think I wouldn't be the same kind of therapist if I didn't really have a lot of unconditional love for other people. And I'm not shy about saying that. The Freudian psychiatrists who trained me 50, 40 years ago, they, they would be horrified for me to say
Yeah,
that I love my clients. But I think love is what we need in the world. And
yeah.
it's not the kind of love where somebody's trying to get something from you, but just where someone will create a space for you to be safe,
Yes.
and just be where you are and say what's going on with you.
Well,
So,
Jillian, what would you say if would you say your specialty? How do you have a specialty, or are you more like like a general practitioner? You take a little bit of everything, or would you say like you're more of a life strategist, or you're more of a dealing with the past? And where do you fit yourself in, or is it all over the board?
you know, I I have come to believe that my most I can do any kind of therapy, of course, but I am just finding that using my own experiences in more recent years, seeing what's going on with other people, that supporting people through change, supporting people through life crises, through big decisions, that's where I really like to work. And I
Yeah.
like to give people tools for creating the lives they want. And that always involves a search. the amount of change. It's a little scary.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
also work with a lot with companies, and I do much the same there. I help people with transitioning companies, and I have worked a lot over the years with clients with depression, and I'm about to have a new book published that's kind of gotten slowed down because of the current situation on healing depression. So I also, I also am involved frequently in helping companies figure out how to support um, employees who are impacted by depression.
Yeah. Yeah, depression can be one of those things that's very challenging to deal with, and everyone is different. People think that there's a one size fits all, and sometimes there isn't. Just a moment. Welcome, Scott. Hello, and welcome, Asia. Welcome, let's see. Noni May is back. I would love for you to meet Noni May. Noni May, if you want to come up and meet Jillian, you're very welcome. I don't think the two of you have met. I'm not sure. Maybe you have. Jacqueline Official is here. Thania Hey is here. And thank you for being here. Yeah, some people, we all have different time periods in our lives that we go through things. And I think, if you live long, every time period I've gone through something. I don't think there's ever been a time in my life that I haven't gone through something, and I wake up and I go, oh, thank you, Lord. Nothing happened today. Thank you, Lord. And but having someone that they can go to, that they feel safe, and that they feel safe with you, and someone who's informed. You go to your grandmother for comfort. In my grandmother's case, I went there for wisdom and comfort. But most of the time, you go to your grandma for comfort, but you go to somebody else for being informed. And it's nice when you can get both in one person, comfort and being informed. And you are that. You're comfort, but you're informed. And I was talking about that when we go through a crisis, we find two kinds of people that are necessary. The comfort people, which may not be informed people, but they're comfort. They provide comfort for us, the bowl of soup, the hug, the love. And then we find informed people who can help us. And they may not be comfort people, but it's very rare to find a comfort informed person. And so you're a comfort and informed
Thank
person.
you. That's a lovely thing for you. Thank you. That's such a sweet thing to say. And I do think that often one of the problems with talking to friends or husbands or sisters that sometimes come up is that it's difficult for them to be dispassionate in their response to you. You know, um, Either you're talking about something that may threaten them in some way. If your husband is listening to you talk about how unhappy you are in your job and you want to look at another job, and there may be a little part of him thinking, is she going to leave? Do I need to bring her back into the fold a little more?
Yeah.
Sometimes I know sometimes when I've gone through working out issues from my childhood, sometimes it's difficult then for me to talk to my siblings because it's too triggering. We had a pretty hard childhood and it brings up their stuff. So either they want me to stop talking about it right away so then I don't have to think about it, or I can see that my being upset upsets them. So often we really need somebody at enough distance that we have a space where we're not going to trigger anybody else,
Right.
and we're not going to have anybody else criticizing us.
Yeah.
We can just be where we are.
Right. I never thought about it like that, but that's so true. That's really true, that sometimes people so close to us can trigger things in us, or we can trigger things in them. And so having somebody who's not emotionally involved with us, or history involved with us, um, can really be so effective, because it's like you can be yourself with them.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important, so important. And so how can people reach you, Jillian?
Um, well, my website is jilliancolemanwheeler.com. and
Okay.
you can definitely drop there, or you can come and you can make a comment, leave a comment on my Jillian Coleman Wheeler YouTube site if you like. I'd love to have you come and listen a little bit. There's some short videos and some longer videos. I'm going to be doing some more short ones,
Yeah.
but like them if you do, and subscribe if you'd like to hear more. But definitely leave me a comment, and I will respond. I will get back. I'm not so overrun by fans and subscribers yet that you will get lost.
Right. Right. Let me ask you, can they contact you also through Facebook? You froze. There you go. Okay. Can they contact you through Facebook? You froze on me, Jillian. I'm trying to get you back. Let's. Uh-oh.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah, there you are. Can they contact you through Facebook?
Okay. Sorry, I'm on my phone and my alarm went off. So my alarm was just saying bedtime. So Jillian Coleman Wheeler, if you go to the YouTube channel and if you leave a message there, I will definitely respond to you. If you might even tell me how to reach you.
Yes. Yes.
Or go to my website, make a quick email, or on Facebook. I'm glad to. You don't have to be a friend to.
Now, Jillian,
on my
you know about the second inbox on Facebook, right? You do know about the second inbox. There's two inboxes on your, we're talking your private page. And because anybody who's not a friend, if they message you, you won't get that message in your regular inbox. You have to go to the top there.
I haven't looked in ages. That's a good reminder. I should be looking there.
Because if people who are not your friends message you, that's going to go over there, Jillian. And so I go over there quite a bit. And, usually you get marriage proposals from people that you can't pronounce their name and stuff like that, but you will get old friends will show up there. The other one, now you have a public page. Is that like I have Diana Brienne Fairchild's Everyday Words of Wisdom, which is my public page. Do you have a public page?
I do have, well, they're both public pages in the sense that everything I write is visible to anyone who's a member on Facebook.
Okay.
And that's just Jillian Coleman Wheeler. I also have a business page, but I really haven't been doing much with that. I'm going to start doing more with that.
Now,
And
I
try to keep my friends below 5,000 so that new people can friend me.
Yes.
Sometimes it gets full and then I have to clean it up and figure out whom I'm not talking to anymore, who I never anymore. And
well, one of the things you need to remember when you go over to your business page, because my public page, I guess, is a business page. Technically, I don't know what it is, but is when they changed the rules 2 years ago. I had so many comments over there because I had 12,000 friends over there, and when they changed the rules, people have to click follow first. And if they don't click follow first, they'll never see your postings ever. So somehow we've got to figure out a way to put at the top of there, make sure to click follow first, because they'll never see you again. So that's the Facebook, because I called Facebook up and they called me back. They called me back like 20 times. Yeah, and they said, no, this is the way it is. This is the way it is now. And they were nice enough to call me back, which I was amazed. And I actually talked to real people. But they said, there's nothing we can do. We changed the rules. And you have to click. If they don't click follow first, they're never going to see you again.
that would be a good thing to put up in your header. Where it's just part of, it's part of a photograph for people information.
Click follow first.
Yeah,
that's
good
right.
idea.
That's right. Well, you are an amazing woman who has lived an amazing life. You've had your own journey. You've had your own journey like I have too. We've all had, and I think a lot of people think that they're alone out there, that they're the only one who has had problems, or who's the only one who's had trauma, or the only one who's had life crises. But if you live long enough, you're going to get all those things rolled in one. And I most certainly have had mine. And, I talk in my videos, I talk a lot about crisis and things like that, but I talk about it, from my perspective and how I deal with it. You are actually dealing one-on-one with people. I don't do that. And I just deal with these are my words of wisdom. And so it's just wonderful. And people who want someone who is warm and informed and comforting, you're the perfect person for, in my opinion.
Thank you. That's kind of you. And I think I really strongly believe that we all have our way to serve in life.
Yeah.
And I think for both you and me, to some degree, that's been our domestic role, having our children, our families. But also, I think you serve with your wisdom. And one day you may be serving through the law. And I serve through my writing and through my work. So, but, this is kind of an off the wall story, but I had an elderly friend who's long gone now, and she lived in central Texas in what we call the hill country. She grew up in the hill country, and she had an older brother who he was a stonemason.
Yeah, I
And
know.
so every time I drive through Kerrville over to the little town of Ingram, which is along the river there, and a lot of beautiful, beautiful scenery. I look to my right and I see that building, a building that was built about 130 years ago. And I think Eloise's brother, who died before I ever came along in her life, Eloise's brother built that with his hands. And she has such a feeling of pride and belonging. And people, all of us who go to that area might shop in that little store. It's had different kinds of people occupying it, but that stone building is the work that that man left for us.
Yeah.
And I think the people who clean houses, the people who are janitors, truck drivers, people who work in stores and keep the whole world operating. Sometimes I think those people just stop and realize how valuable their service is, and how important it is for all of us to appreciate them, because we all have a way of serving, or more than one way of serving. So I love your way of serving, and I appreciate
Thank you.
having your channel to listen to.
Thank you. Well, I love you, Jillian, and give Dempsey my love and tell him that we continue him in our prayers, and that his quick, swift recovery, and that he does wonderful, and that hopefully both of you are going to be traveling in your Airstream again, because that's a wonderful lifestyle. Wonderful.
We'll see. We'll see what the universe has in store. Right now, I'm just being where I am.
And when you go back, when you
All right.
when you
Thank
oh,
you
you're
for
welcome. Make
being
sure to
here,
check
and
the comments. Make sure to check the comments, because there were a couple people in there that wanted to get in touch with you.
okay.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Jillian. Much love. Love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Diana.
That was Jillian Coleman Wheeler. She's an amazing, amazing woman. An amazing professional too. Guilford, welcome, welcome. Hey, Guilford. Guilford has a wonderful channel. If you want to grow, you need to connect with Guilford's channel. Eastern Standard Time, he would be on 9 a.m. If you're Filipino time, it would be 9 p.m., I think. But he's on 9 a.m. Great shout out channel. You will love Guilford's channel. You're right, Captain N. We do create our own legacy. J&J Siblings Vlog, welcome, welcome. Texas is a nice place. Yep. Buffalo Vlog. And let me see here. I don't want to miss anybody. Thank you, everybody. Everybody's been so kind. Well, you know what? I've been on almost 2 hours, which it's gone by really, really fast. And I took my bubble bath already, so I don't have to do that. My son, I got to get him off. believe this or not, my 20-year-old son likes to play Farmville. So I got to get him off of Farmville. And let's see, I think I'm going to sit out here after I turn off the computer and sit out here and on Grandma's porch and listen to the birds, not the birds are during the daytime. So we have crickets and listen to the crickets. And this is Grandma's porch that you see in all my videos. And, I have to have my spirit chime too before I go to bed. And then let's see, what am I going to do? Then I go through my teeth routine. I brush my teeth. I do the floss. I do the swishes. I got all my swishes, and I have such a routine. Then I have to put the cold cream on. Got to put the cold cream on. Got to have the cold cream. Put my jammies on, and then I settle into bed. And I love my bed. I have the best bed in the world. I have the best bed. I love my bed. If you give me, I love all the rooms in my house. I love every room. They're each special, in every part of my house and the porches, everything. But I love my bed the best. I could sometimes, if I'm really tired or if I really need time to think, I just stay in my bedroom. It's like about 2.5 years ago, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was visiting because I lived there for many, many years. And I stayed at a hotel, and I stayed at a nice hotel. And I said, why don't I just go home and turn my bedroom, because it's a big bedroom with a sunroom attached to it, where I have a computer and everything in there too. And then a big bathroom attached to it. I said, I'm just going to make it my own hotel room suite, my own vacation spot. And so I did. I put a little refrigerator in there, put a coffee pot in there, have the sunroom in there. So I have my computers. I have like 4 computers, big screen, the whole bit. But I don't watch TV. But just it's someplace. I love my bed. I love sitting up in bed in the morning. I love sitting up in bed at night. Sometimes I'll listen to a wisdom teacher online that I have a couple wisdom teachers that I've been following for many, many years, spiritual wisdom teachers. And yeah, so, yep. So I hope y'all. I live in the South, but I moved a little bit north. So I have kind of 2 homes, and so I live part-time on a little island off of Savannah, which is connected by a bridge. And we say y'all there, y'all. Okay, but I moved in a state just a little further north, but still deep in this way in the South. And we say y'all, y'all. It's not y'all. It's more like y'all, you all, y'all. So I get all mixed up. I get all mixed up now. So you'll hear both from me. So I hope you all or y'all have a really great night's sleep. Put your cold cream on, snuggle up in your bed and just enjoy. And Roberta Vlog, welcome. Thank you. And yeah, thank you all. I wouldn't be here if y'all didn't come see me. Y'all sitting on Grandma's porch with me. This is Grandma's porch. And I really thank you, because you're each special and you each come here and visit me, and I just thank you. I thank you so very, very much, and I pray blessings over all of you, and that you're all blessed, and that your life is just divinely timed, and blessings come into your life, and every day is wonderful for you. I really, really do. Salvador, welcome. Thank you. And so as I say goodnight here to y'all, I just want you to live your best life. Find your own way to find your best life. Remember, everyone's best life looks different. And what is right for you may not be right for someone else, and vice versa. So you find your own best life and be happy. Find your own road of happiness and take care of you. You're very special. Take care of your body, your mind, and your soul. Your soul is so important. Good self-care to your soul. And I take really great care of my soul. My soul is so valuable because it's the core of who I am. So, well, as we say, as I say at the end of every one of my videos, do y'all know how I end my videos? Easy. I hope y'all say this with me. From my house to your house, may God bless you. And I hope to talk to y'all soon again. And thank you so much for coming. Good night.